Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're taking a look at my favourite deals on the Switch eShops, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now as always, this one is any price goes. If you want the cheaper side of things, check out Thursday's edition where I keep everything under $10. Without no luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So before we do start then, as always, we have two winners to announce for two $10 eShop gift cards and two more to give away. All you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below and the winners will be announced in next week's video. Alongside that though, this week, thanks to Annapurna Interactive, we do have a code for the Last Stop to give away as well. It's a narrative driven adventure that gives me personally Doctor Who vibes. It's also a very cinematic experience, this one. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it. So yeah, next week there's actually going to be 3 winners. Same thing again for the code, just drop a comment down below. You'll basically be entered for it all. You can also expect a review from me on the channel sometime tomorrow. Finally as well then, every single deal on today's list, it is at a new all-time low price except for one game, and I will let you know when we do get to that one. So first up this week then, Gods Will Fall. It's rocking 50% off. This is a relatively new game and it's gonna be for you roguelike fans out there. The idea, it's an isometric like hack and slash experience, but 8 Celtic warriors, they wash ashore and you will send them one by one into dungeons. You're out to defeat the gods of this world, who are about less than a little friendly. As each dies though, it's actually permadeath, and before you know it, a new 8 will roll up on the shore with new weapons to explore. It's good stuff, it looks great, and the whole theme just really worked for me. Vigil, The Longest Night then is here with 33% off. It's a Metroidvania with some seriously grotesque art design. It'd be pretty comfortable sitting alongside titles like Think Sultan Sanctuary. It's pretty challenging though, this one, as it embraces a world of demons and the world is just huge, as are the enemies you face. The only real faults I had with this one, there's a frame rate that can struggle at moments, and also in the adventure, the map system, it's kind of overly complicated at points and I felt lost on more than a few occasions. Fans of the genre though, again, I think you'll appreciate it. Its strong points for sure outdo its shortcomings. Alright, so Dicey Dungeon is a masterpiece and 50% off here. It is a steal. It's a roguelike deck building game, which I know won't be for everyone, but it's one of the better spins on the genre as it combines dice play, 6 characters with different classes, loot, monsters to take down, and a whole lot of leveling up. The visual style is what kind of pulled me in, no question about it. You know, it's got that almost think Cuphead vibe to it all, but the gameplay, it kept me coming back, and you'll struggle to find a bad word against this one, and rightly so. Honestly, I absolutely loved it. The last time I will shout it out then, but this week it saw the launch of Xbox Corner alongside of course Switch Corner and PlayStation Corner. Now if you have an Xbox though, or even Game Pass for your PC and you want similar content, consider checking it out and throwing us a subscription. I've linked it in the pinned comment down below and it will be at the end of this video. We're just trying to basically grow things out over there though. It's going to be 2 deals videos a week, breakdowns of Game Pass releases, reviews and news. Not actually going solo on this one though, I'm running it with a friend Luke, but I'm excited to get it going and there's already 3 videos live over there to check out. Stonefly then is from the team behind The Incredible Creature in the Well. Now, is it as good? No, it's not. I reviewed it on the channel. I gave it an above average 6 out of 10. That said, I saw a ton of comments saying this is one they would probably pick up on a sale, and well, here we are, the first ever sale, and it's rocking 30% off. The game's world is no question original, the idea of kind of mechs exploring what is an oversized world, but between repetitive combat scenarios and some awkward exploration, I just couldn't go higher. I will link that review below though, and you can take a look for yourself, see if that price is now good enough to kind of give it a shot given its issues. So I only just found out about this then, but Game Builder Garage is a game I'm not 100% sold on. I'm sure I'll pick it up at some point, but I'm still not quite there with time to dedicate to it as such. It has, however, received a free demo now, and I'm sure there's more of you out there who want to kind of give it a shot, so now is your chance to really get a feel of how all the mechanics work. The demo is of course free though, and it lets you check out the first lesson, so I'm going to be taking a look myself, and this seemed like a suitable shout out for a series that's all about spending that cash wisely. Overcooked All You Can Eat then is a game that I don't own, but I do own both standalone releases, and if you haven't checked them out yet, incredible multiplayer party games that will have you both laughing and screaming at each other in unison. This edition though, it brings not only both games together but throws in all previously released DLC. It's going to be adding in new levels and chefs, as multiple game modes. The visuals have then been updated as well, and perhaps most important of all of this, the entire package, it now features online play. Fantastic games though that are well loved, and there's a ton of clones out there at this point, but this is still one of the very best, and it's rocking 25% off. So my pickup of the week then, it's a little earlier in the video, but you will understand why shortly. Now I actually already own this, I just haven't played enough to feel like I'm comfortable, you know, getting behind it, so maybe just join me for the ride. Everyone that seems to touch this one though seems to fall in love with it, and it explains itself as a social deduction RPG, but really, you gotta be good with a whole lot of text and almost a visual novel vibe. The story though, it's all about survival aboard a spaceship as you try to determine who is an enemy and who is a friend, but the art style here is stunning, and yeah, maybe check out an in-depth review before you do go spending your cash. It is rocking though 20% off. A UK EU AU exclusive then, that is Minute of Islands. This was actually a surprise drop, but I think it was the last direct. I picked it up though at the time I intended to cover it, and then it took me actually a while to actually get around to playing it. It's not a long game though, maybe 5 or so hours, but it's a narrative driven puzzle platformer. You're guiding a mechanic called Mo. She's basically trying to fix up this world. But yeah, it's a whole lot of environmental puzzles. It's just got this great hand-drawn visual style to kind of bring things to life though. It's super vivid in its color palette, which I always like to see, and I was impressed with the soundtrack here as well. If you want something maybe bite-sized though, this may be a good one to look at. Alright, so the rest of today's list then, it will be US and Canada focused. Sadly, the UK, EU, AU eShops, they are a little light on action, and Bandai Namco, they've gone big this week, but they never seem to give as much love to those outside of the US and Canada. If you are in the UK, EU or AU though, add them to the wish list or go ahead and region hop. Now if that is not your thing, drop off the video here, you won't be missing anything, and I appreciate you watching this far, and yeah, I just don't want to waste your time. That's one of my main rules here. Before we do get into the rest of the list though, the first winner of the week, and it's going to Navi, who picked up Terraria, a title they loved on their 360, and they are willing to jump in again. Hundreds of hours of gameplay though with this one, so congrats Navi, drop me an email to claim your codes, and everyone else, we do have a second winner coming up later in the video. Alright, so Grindstone is actually the only deal on today's list not at a new all-time low. It's matching the low price though with 25% off. This game is just bloody genius basically. It started life on Apple Arcade, made its way to the Switch. I reviewed it, as many of you will know. I fell in love with it, and now I suggest it basically any opportunity I get. It's a block matching puzzle game essentially, but you are a warrior that runs around this board as you try to ascend this mountain, but it's addictive, the animation is incredible, and then you can do things like face challenges and get power-ups. It's a must buy from me, and my full review will be linked down below. Alright, so I'm closing out the video then with Bandai Namco, and I'm going to keep it kind of quick because no doubt you know most of these games already, and there's like 5 games to cover. So first up, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. I know the sequel is incoming to the Switch, but this is for sure the stronger of the 2 games, and this one saw the involvement of the masters that are Studio Ghibli to kind of build out this world. Incredible story though, great JRPG mechanics, and this is well worth your time if you're into the genre, and it is here rocking 80% off. Then God Eater 3, so think anime Monster Hunter, and you get the idea with this one as you find yourself in a world of gods and monsters to take out, some of them absolutely towering over you. I just love the almost post-apocalyptic world they went for though, and I actually preferred this over Generations on the Switch. It just seemed to have, if anything, better optimization. Now it can't quite stand up to Rise, I will be honest and say that, but it might be a nice one to have alongside it because the combat here is awesome, and it's a huge 80% off. Captain Tsubasa, Rise of the New Champions, and is 67% off. Think here narrative driven football. It's for sure unique. It's a game where the football isn't the deepest honestly, but when you package it with the story and just the over the top kind of like arcade action, it absolutely works. It has online play though. I'm not sure I'd actually come here for that, just dedicated. Come here though instead for the 2 different story modes, and it's just a great window into this world. So our penultimate game of the video then, that is My Hero 1's Justice 2, an arena brawler. They're not for everyone and they for sure lack the depth and complexities of a more traditional 2D fighter, but I think if you just want all out action, flashy specials and easy to pick up and play gameplay, this is going to be a good one and probably the best in the genre on the Switch. It has of course an online play as well as a sizable story mode to overcome, and I think this 65% off is more than fair. So our second winner of the week then, it's going to Robert, who picked up Streets of Rage 4. Incredible game, that one, and well worth the cash. It's also still on sale for 40% off right now. It is highly recommended. Congrats though Robert, drop me an email to claim your code, and then everyone else, thank you as always, and remember to drop a comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video, because we not only have the gift cards, but we also have that third prize thanks to Annapurna Interactive, who sent a last stop code my way. So the final game of the week then, that is Little Nightmares 2 with 20% off. I reviewed it on the channel, really enjoyed it. I loved the first entry, and this is a case of kind of more of the same, but the world is just so creepy. The character design is completely out there, but it kind of captures the surreal, and the story for sure got my attention as you play Mono and Six is helping you get to a tower with a transmission that is distorting this world. It's basically a combo of mainly stealth gameplay and puzzle platforming. There is the occasional dash of minor combat, but it is kind of weak, so definitely don't come here looking for that. And that's another week down. Will you be adding anything to the library this week, or are you holding onto that cash? Now I like this week's sale, but I wish Bandai Namco would open these deals up to all regions, as we just don't see new lows on their titles all that often. Hopefully over the coming days now we might actually see it happen though, so do keep an eye out for that. With that though, like a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Now if you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.
Don't turn on the lights. I don't wanna fight with you.